Hey everybody, welcome back to Kumasawa Reviews. What we have here is Fansproject's WB-008 Trianix Alpha. Ignore the Trianix Alpha on the package, it's a typo. What we have are the three Solarons. It looks like Balthazar, Malix, and Casper, loosely named after the biblical characters, the Three Kings, also the name of the Fansproject fiction for this guy. Alright, so we've got Balthazar up front. Just taking a look at them. These are all pretty standard. I mean, when it comes to the transformations, the posability, all of that stuff on they're pretty much the exact same figure, which makes them interchangeable. So a quick look at that. I'm only doing the posability and stuff of one because, like I said, again, they're the same figure with different decos. Right. Get everything focused here. Just give you guys a quick roundabout in case you haven't seen these guys. Now those areas on the back there, those are where they peg in, whether they're breast masters, back masters, shoulder masters. This one actually utilizes all three, which is really neat. And here we have the other Solarons from the Warbot series. We have the ones for Rookshot Recoiler, Osmi, Ruthin. We've got Steel, Revolver. Released quite a few of these now. And what's really crazy when you think about it, Warbot and Assaulter, of the, 7 or 8 figures that are out now, they are the only two that don't have Solaron figures. So definitely looks like this line is taking a trend towards utilizing those. Alright, we're just looking at the vehicles here. We've got Malix, who by default is the Chest Master. Now this is probably my favorite one, Casper's. 3 rolling wheels. Speed bike type deal. Gives me more of a Computron vibe, which would be awesome. Can't say would, I guess Make Toys technically made one, but it's a nice twist on that kind of design. Here's Balthazar. No rolling treads on this. In fact, Casper is the only one with rolling wheels, but they do look neat. I'm glad that these are great QC wise because I did the prototype version, a review of that, and just not very fun. Lots of loose pieces, things didn't tab up right. These are perfect. Alright, all 3 of them together. And then we have the vehicle modes of all of the Warbot series. Alright, you guys are going to ask me what are the stands that I'm using. Warbot Defender, the Helicopter, Masquerade, Gundam, 1/100th stand, and Assaulter, which is broadside, Flight Pose. That's a 6-inch stand right there. They have a 4-inch as well. Alright, again, all 3 of these. Let's go ahead and start getting these guys transformed. Now, all of these Solarons, the Solarons, it's a broad name. It's pretty much all of the minifigures, whether it's Headmasters, Breast Masters, Weapon Masters, or Target Masters, things like that. They're all Solarons, but these Breast Master style ones, all a similar transformation. Now, the chest on Malix here, it does peg in together really tight, the 2 middle parts, so it took a little while there, but once you get it, it's nice and tight and good. And again, all 3 of those transform the same, that's why we didn't go through them. First, we're separating those weapons. And I can't tell you in this review if I'm going by the directions of the instruction book or not. I've just had this for so long, played with this so many times to where I just know how it goes. So the weapons, they all combine. You just flip the handle down there. Easy peasy. We're going with Casper's bike first. And I've got to say, this transformation is surprisingly simple. Now, as long as you've got those missile pods facing upwards, don't worry too much about the shoulders. They're not going to be perfect until we get the arms. You'll see later. Get everything attached because there's something for them to peg in and this and that. It'll keep it all in place. Until then, they are kind of loosey-goosey, rotating. Now we're looking at Balthazar. Makes up the legs. It's a fairly fluid transformation. Parts of it just pretty much feel right. There's not too much hidden in it, besides something I'm going to show you with the feet about this transformation. Those pieces near the hill there, just rotate them so they line up with the blue piece. That seat folds up, and this is the foot part. Alright, see that yellow piece? Just slide the red part down on it. It'll actually snap into place. You see the difference there? Once that's correct on your right and not, but slide that red piece down. It makes the feet set a lot more flat. I was about to say flatter. And there you go. Last but not least, Malix. This becomes the back and arms. Again, simple stuff. And I love it. Nothing about any of this is too crazy at all. Another flap that folds up. The arms, just get them adjusted. Those wings or whatever you want to call them. Fold those down on the forearms and there you go. I mean, pretty straightforward. Now there are two tabs on his back which line up to the actual back. Pop it in and slide it up, keep it in place. And things on this are pretty tight, so you gotta find the right spot. Alright. Now pegging those shoulders in, there's two spots. There's a circle peg and then there's a tab there as well. So you got to find both. And that's what keeps those shoulders in place, those missile pod, that area. So if it doesn't tab in right away, what you have to do is rotate it a bit. Then from there, and there you have him. Now, one thing to note, the chest, Malix, really tight to get in on mine all the way. It initially goes in pretty tight, but once you get to where those two side tabs go in, it takes a little bit of work. So make sure to brace the figure by both the torso, the waist, so nothing pops apart while you're trying to get that chest piece plugged in. Alright, so there you have it. Now the shoulders, they have two options. You could have it like so, or you could open it up and actually go ahead and place a Solaron in there as well. And by default, Balthazar goes on his right shoulder, that yellow guy, like so. And Casper goes on the other side. And see, not too bad. Couple of minutes. Here we have it. Trianix Alpha. And height-wise, He measures to about 8 inches, as you can see with the ruler here. Give you a roundabout. Pretty straightforward stuff. And overall, I love the look of this guy. From what I've been told, this is actually the last design, or I guess counting Daisy, last design of the original Warbot designer, which is unfortunate. I mean, he's sorely going to be missed. In terms of design, he's definitely one of my favorite designers in third-party toys in general. But I look forward to seeing what they do going forward here as well. Going over the posability here. Decent range of shoulder movement. Double jointed elbows. And I like it because it's a style that's not overly exposed. He does have open-end fingers, no separate fingers. Just the thumb, which isn't posable at all. Waist there. Holds on pretty tight. And then, of course, once I put it down after shaking it around, it pops off. But love the forward swing there. Awesome amount of knee bend, double knees. And the feet for ankle tilt, they 360. Now, one thing I didn't show, the feet themselves, the front of them actually move up and down as well. Now, the gun does have a slider tab in there. Both hands have pegs for the slider tab, but the notch on the gun handle, it's only on one side, so it can only be held correctly, if you want to put it like that, by the right hand. And there you have it. Just got him in a blast in the camera pose. Give you guys a roundabout. Now, one thing that is cool about him is that he does have weapon storage. And it's actually the same place that it stores in Malix's, I guess, vehicle mode. But just go ahead, put the handle up, and pegs right in. Easy enough. And it looks good on the back too, kind of like a jetpack. Here's the Warbot crew. Got Recoiler, Assaulter, Defender, Trianix, Steel Core, Revolver Core, Rift Shot Core. There we go. Good looking group. Now, one thing that's cool, again, the Solarons are interchangeable. You see Trianix, you've got steel, the two chest pieces interchanged, and of course you can do the same with the shoulders and things like that too. It's good consistency. Overall, final thoughts on this, it's an awesome toy. Really posable, really fun. I love the size of it. The design or look of it, it's great. I definitely recommend it. Right now it's $99.99 with free shipping, FPCore.com. Get yours while it can. They've also got the Redeco, Die Atlas. Check out the full Pictorial review, written review on kumasao.com, and take a minute and subscribe. See you next time.